Hello students, today in this lecture of total internal reflection, we will discuss some applications of total internal reflection. So we will see how total internal reflection takes place through various prints. How it takes place. So first I am going to discuss the refraction, total internal reflection through total reflecting prints. Total reflecting print means isosceles right angled print. As already I have told that the print which having three rectangular faces, that day I have shown to you. Here this is a equilateral print. It's all the faces are of same size. It's clear. But now I am going to discuss it isosceles right angled print. In isosceles right angled print, two faces BC and AB are of same size, while this face AC it is of bigger size. This angle is 90 degree, and since it is isosceles, therefore the remaining two angles will be of how many degree? It will be of 45 degree, and this will also be of 45 degree. As we know that critical angle for glass with respect to air, it is 42 degree. Means when the angle of incidence in the glass, suppose the ray is going from glass to air, and angle of incidence in the glass is 42 degree, then angle of refraction in the air will be 90 degree. That is, refracted ray will go grazing to the surface separating both the medium. Refracted ray will go grazing to the glass air interface. But when it will become more than 42 degree, what will happen? It will suffer total internal reflection, means it will get reflected, obeying the laws of reflection. So this kind of print is known as the total reflecting print or isosceles right angled print. Means we cannot call this print as the total reflecting print. This is the equilateral print. It's clear. Now see here, in case of total reflecting print, when the ray of light fall normally to any surface, when the ray of light is falling perpendicularly to any surface, then inside the glass it suffers total internal reflection. Inside the glass it will suffer total internal reflection. You can see here. Here this is a ray of light. This we have named as PQ. It is falling perpendicularly to the surface AB. Falling perpendicularly to the surface AB. So what will happen? It will pass undeviated, because already I have told if the ray of light is falling perpendicularly to the surface separating both medium, it will go undeviated. There will be no bending, there will be no refraction. What is the angle of incidence here? I will be equal to 0 degree. Refracted ray will go, that ray of light will go undeviated. There will be no refraction. Because refraction means bending, and here there is no bending. What is the angle R? Angle R will be 0 degree. Here angle of incidence will be 0 degree. Why? Because if you draw the normal will be along this ray. Incident ray making what angle from this direction? 0 degree. Refracted ray making what angle from this direction? It is 0 degree. Because the normal is along the scale. So now you can see here this angle is of how many degree? 90 degree. This is 45 degree. So what will be the measure of this angle? So this we have named as PQR. This in triangle AQR, two angles are known. One is of 90 degree, other is of 45 degree. So what will be the measure of this angle? It will be of 45 degree. Means the ray will pass. What will happen? Here you draw at the point R, ray is intended to go from where to where? From glass to air. At the point R, ray is intended to go from where to where? From glass to air. Now at this point, which is the point of incidence here, you draw the normal. and find out what is the angle of incidence. So this will be the normal. Here this dotted line will be the normal on AC at point R. This dotted line is normal on AC at the point R. This angle is 45, this whole angle is 90. So what will be this angle, remaining angle? It will be 45. Now you can see here, at the point R, ray is intended to go from where to where? Glass to air. Angle of incidence is 45 degree, which is greater than 42 degree. So what will happen? Total internal reflection will take place, and the ray of light will get reflected obeying the laws of reflection. Obeying the laws of reflection, what are the laws of reflection? So reflected ray angle of reflection will be same as angle of incidence. Here angle of incidence is how much? 45 degree. Because QR is the incident ray, this dotted line is the normal, so this is the angle of incidence which is 45 degree. So angle of reflection will also be 45 degree. It is clear? Now it is going in this direction. This is 45 degree. This angle we already know that this is 90 degree. This angle is 90 degree. So what is this remaining angle? 45 degree. Now this is 45, this is 45. So what will be the measure of this angle? 180 में से इन दोनों का sum subtract करें. So we will get it as 90 degree. It's clear? So once again it is falling perpendicularly to the surface BC, and it is falling perpendicularly to the surface BC. Therefore it will pass undeviated. It will pass undeviated. Means here at the point R, what is taking place? Total internal reflection is taking place. It's clear? At this point, it will pass undeviated. There is no refraction. Means here ray of light had deviated by how much angle? In the absence of prism, this would have gone along this direction. But on placing the prism perpendicular to its path, what has happened? It is now going in this direction. Means it had deviated by how many angle? How much angle? By 90 degree angle it has deviated. Now this action of prism is used in prismatic periscope. In the prismatic periscope. What is periscope? If you don't know, then I am making one diagram that will give you the idea of periscope. In the normal periscope, we use the plane mirror. You can see here, this J periscope I am going to make here. You make the now here this is a tube which is rectangular in shape. This tube is rectangular in shape. It is clear? Which is bent once here by 90 degree and once here. At this place, one plane mirror is fixed. It's clear? Here also we fix the plane mirror. When the plane mirror will be fixed, and if anything is kept here, what will happen? The rays, any lighted thing is kept here. What will happen? The rays will start from here. After suffering reflection from the plane mirror, they will go in this direction. Means they will be deviated by 90 degree. They will be deviated by here 90 degree. Once again they will suffer. Here these two plane mirrors are parallel. Their reflecting surfaces are parallel. They are fixed in such a way that this angle is 45 degree. This angle and this angle is 45 degree. Similarly, this is fixed in such a way that this angle and this angle both are of 45 degree. It's clear, so that both the mirrors are parallel. Once again, it will get reflected by 90 degree, and you are observing from here. So what will happen? You will be able to see this object. It's clear? Or if you keep the object here, what will happen? You will be able to see from here. But here what happens? Since two plane mirrors have been used, and at each plane mirror there will be some absorption of light energy. Therefore, final image will not be as bright as the object. Its brightness will be reduced because of the absorption of some light of energy, some amount of energy at each reflection on the plane mirror. It's clear? Some amount of light energy will get absorbed. Therefore, the final image will be less bright. It will not be as bright as the object. It's clear? But if in place of these you fix two total reflecting prisms, here one total reflecting prism has been fixed here. It's clear? One is this, and other total reflecting prism has been fixed in this way. There will be no difference on the action. There will be no difference on the path of ray of light. It will still suffer reflection here and then here, as you can see here. But since the total internal reflection is taking place, so no absorption of light will take place. And when there will be no absorption of light, what will happen? The final image will be much brighter. It's clear? It will be as bright as the object itself. So this is known as prismatic periscope, in which in place of the plane mirror we use total reflecting prism. It's clear? Now there is one more action in which the ray of light suffers TIR through total reflecting prism. Already I have told, if there is any total reflecting prism, if there is any isosceles right angled prism, and the ray of light fall perpendicular to any of its surface, what will happen? It will suffer total internal reflection. If ray of light falls perpendicularly to any of the surface, it will suffer total internal reflection. Now you can see here two surfaces are identical. Which two surfaces are identical? So you can see AB and BC. AB and BC are identical. So now only one surface is left, which is AC. Suppose the ray of light is falling. If ray of light is falling perpendicularly to the BC, same thing will take place. Here also it will get deviated by 90 degree. And why? Because both the surfaces are identical. AB and BC both are identical surfaces. Now suppose the ray of light is falling perpendicularly to the AC. In that case, what will happen? If it is falling perpendicularly to the AC, once it falls here, it is falling this way. This is P, this is Q, falling perpendicularly to the AC. What will happen? It will pass undeviated as it has passed in the previous case. It's clear? It will pass undeviated here. Now you can name this point as R. Draw the normal. When you will draw the normal, you can see here this angle is 90 degree, this is 45 degree. So once again, this angle will be 45 degree. Since this is the normal, this line is normal, so what will be this angle? This whole angle is 90, this whole angle is 90. So what will be the remaining angle? This angle, it will be equal to 90 minus 45, that is 45. 90 minus 45, that is 45 degree. Once again, ray is intended to go from where to where? Glass to air. Angle of incidence is greater than critical angle. So what will happen? It will suffer total internal reflection. Means the reflected ray will go making what angle from the normal? Reflected ray will go making this angle from the normal, 45 degree angle from the normal. Because the angle of incidence is here 45 degree. This is the angle of incidence and this angle is 45 degree. It's clear? Which I have darkened here, that is 45 degree. So angle of reflection will also be 45. So what will be the measure of this angle? That will be 45. Now it is going in this direction. This point you can name S. You draw the normal here and find out the angle of incidence. Find out the angle of incidence. You can see here 45 degree, 90 degree. So this angle will be 45. It's clear? Since this line is normal, means it is making what degree from the BC? 90 degree. This angle is 90 degree. Out of this 90 degree, this much is 45. So what will be this? It will be 45. Once again, total internal reflection will take place because both the conditions of TIR has fulfilled. So now reflected ray will go making what angle from the normal? Reflected ray will go making this angle, 45 degree angle from the normal. This is 45 degree. So this is 45 degree. So here it is 45 degree. It's clear? Because this whole angle is 90. This whole angle is 90 degree. So 90 minus 45. So this angle. It's clear? Now this is 45. This is 45. So what will be this angle? 90. Therefore it will pass undeviated. It will pass undeviated. It's clear? So you can see here, ray of light is going this way and returning in the same direction. Returning in the same direction. Because you can see here emergent ray and the original direction both are parallel. So it is deviating by 180 degree. Why it is deviating by 180 degree? By 90 degree deviates here. By 90 degree deviates here. At these 2 points there is no deviation. So 90 plus 90, that is it will deviate by 180 degree. It's clear? So this action of the isosceles right angle prism is used in the prism binocular. It is used in the prism binocular. It's clear? Now see here what will happen? Prism binocular inverts it makes the inverted image erect. It makes the inverted image erect without the loss of any intensity. In prism binocular, what is the use of this in the prism binocular? In the binocular, it will make the inverted image erect without the loss of intensity. Without loss of intensity, it will make the inverted image erect. Now, one more action in which total internal reflection will take place at only one phase. At the remaining 2 phases, there will be the refraction of light. There will be the refraction of light. You can see here in the first case, ray has been deviated by 90 degree. In the second case, ray has been deviated by 180 degree. Now in the third case, what will happen? The ray will not suffer any deviation. The ray will not suffer any deviation. It's clear? Now we will see here how the ray will not suffer any deviation. So you can see here. So now we are going to discuss the third use of total reflecting prism. Isosceles right angled prism. It's clear? Now you can see here. And all of you do the practice of these diagrams. How to draw these diagrams. The previous two are very, very important. How will you make this? First, suppose you have made a line of 20 centimeter. So at the midpoint, which is at the 10 centimeter, you draw a line, or you from here you draw a perpendicular line and mark at 10 centimeter. Mark at 10 centimeter, so that this length and this both are equal. This is 10, this is 10, and this is also 10. Which means, so now it will become. Here one principle of reversibility of ray of light will also apply. What is the principle of reversibility of ray of light? So you can see here, according to the principle of reversibility of ray of light, if the ray of light is going from one medium to another medium, if it is going from medium 1 to the medium 2, and angle of incidence in the medium 1 is I, and angle of refraction in the medium 2 is R. So if it is going from 2 to 1 और मीडियम 2 में एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस R है, तो एंगल ऑफ रिफ्रैक्शन इन द मीडियम 1 विल बिकम I. मतलब क्या है, 1 से 2 जा रही है, एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस I, एंगल ऑफ रिफ्रैक्शन इज R. Now if R becomes angle of incidence in the medium 2, if R becomes the angle of incidence in the medium 2, then I will be the angle of refraction in the medium 1. It's clear? This should be very clear. I medium 1 में ही रहेगा, R medium 2 में ही रहेगा, but now R is the angle of incidence. So I will become angle of refraction. It's clear? Now here there is a ray of light which is falling parallel to the base of the fringe. Here base of the fringe is BC. It is falling parallel to the base of the fringe. You can see here. This is falling parallel to the base. Since it is falling parallel to the base and going from where to where? Air to glass, means rarer to denser. So what will happen? It will bend towards the normal. It will bend towards the normal. Now it is not falling perpendicularly. What is the angle of incidence here? Normal is this. This angle is 90 degree. This is 45 degree. So what will be this angle? This will also be equal to 45 degree because this is parallel to the base. This is parallel to the base. So these two are alternate angle. This whole angle is 90. So what will happen to this angle? It will be 45 degree. This you can name PQ. So what will happen here? It will suffer refraction and bending towards the normal. Why bending towards the normal? Because moving from denser to rarer to denser. Suppose this angle is R. It's clear? Now what will happen at this point? If you see, at this point we will find that this angle will be greater than critical angle. It will be greater than critical angle. Critical angle is here 42 degree. it will be greater than critical angle. It's clear? When it will be greater than critical angle, so it will suffer total internal reflection. And जितना ये होगा, suppose ये है तुम्हारा, suppose this is theta, so what will happen? The reflected ray will go making theta angle from the normal, from this normal. Means at the point R, total internal reflection is taking place. At the point R, total internal reflection is taking place. Reflected ray going making what angle from the normal? Theta. It's clear? Now see here, when we will draw the normal at this point, at the point S, we draw the normal. So when we will measure this angle, we will find that this will be same as this angle. This is R, this is also R. Next, we will find that these two angles will be of same measure. Means if this is R, so this is also R. So once again the principle of reversibility will apply. Angle of incidence in the rarer medium is 45, angle of refraction in the denser medium is R. Now here what happens? R becomes angle of incidence, so what will be the angle of refraction? It will be 45 degree. Means this will go making what angle? It will go making 45 degree. It's clear? This. Now you take another ray, because this is used to invert to make the erect image inverted. To make the erect image inverted in terrestrial telescope. In terrestrial telescope. This is another. Here size of object will remain as it is. There will be no change in the size of object. You will see. Same thing will take place through this ray also. Here this we can name as D. Same thing will take place for this ray also. Now I am trying here. You can see here, it is going this way. Same thing will take place. This you can name E1, Q1, R1, S1, T1. It's clear? Now if there is any object which is kept, you can see here, green ray is going closer to the base. This ray is closer to the base. But when it emerges out parallel to the base. Means there is no change in the direction, but away from the base. While this ray which was here away from the base, it is emerging out near to the base. It is emerging out near to the base. Now see here, suppose if there is any object, if you see here, only the direction is same, only the path has changed. Means here if the object is kept in this way, what will happen? This is an object which is kept here. This you can name X, this Y. What will happen? In this side, its image will be obtained this way. Means it is making the inverted image erect without the change in size. Size is same. It is making the inverted image erect without change in the size. This action is used in the terrestrial telescope. It is used in terrestrial telescope. Now see here. here there will be some loss of intensity because two refractions are taking place, one here and the other here. But in that case, in the previous case which was used in the French binocular, there will be no loss of intensity. Okay. Now after this we will see the total internal reflection through equilateral print. How will you make this print? That also I told. You draw this line 20 centimeter, mark a point at 10 centimeter. From here you draw a normal line by the pencil because that you have to remove afterwards. And on that line you mark a point at 10 centimeter. Then this length and this length will be same. You join this and that, the print you will make this way. It's clear. Now after this, total internal reflection through equilateral print. In equilateral print, all the faces are identical. Therefore, there is only one case. There is only one case. You can see here. Equilateral triangle you can make very easily. Here I am making rough. This is a equilateral print. All the angles will be of 60. Now when the ray of light falls perpendicularly to any of its surface, because all the three surfaces are identical, the ray of light is falling perpendicularly to the AB. When it is falling perpendicularly to the AB, what will happen? It will pass undeviated. As you have seen in the previous cases, if the ray of light is falling perpendicularly, it will pass undeviated. It's clear? Now at this point you draw the normal. Here we have drawn the normal. This angle is 60, this is 90, so what will be this angle? This is 30. This is 30 degrees, so what will be this angle? 60 degrees. So since angle of incidence at the point R becomes more than critical angle, so it will suffer reflection and reflected ray will go making what angle from the normal? Reflected ray will go making 60 degree angle from the normal because it will obey the laws of reflection. Now this angle is 60, this angle is 90, so what will be this? 30 degree. This is 30, this is 60, so what will be? This is 90. So the ray of light will pass undeviated. It will pass undeviated. It's clear? Yes. It is passing undeviated. It's clear? So here it had deviated by how many angle? How much angle? So it had deviated by, if you see here, it had deviated here by this way 120 degrees. Had deviated by 120 degrees. Now we will discuss the total internal reflection through one more print in which whose angles are 60 degree, 30 degree and 90 degree. 60, 30 and 90. It's clear? And in this, only in one case there will be TIR. There will be only in one case there will be total internal reflection. In rest of the cases there will be simply refraction. It's clear? So you can see here. The images which are obtained after total internal reflection will be much brighter because there will be no absorption of light. But TIR takes place only when ray is going from denser to rarer, from glass to air, and angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, which is in case of glass is 40 degree. It's clear? So now see here, total internal reflection through 30 degree, 90 degree, 60 degree. Now when the ray of light is falling perpendicularly to the BC, here all the three faces are of different shape. All the three faces are of different shape. You can see here, when ray is falling perpendicularly to the BC. So it is falling perpendicularly to the BC. What will happen? It will pass undeviated. It will pass undeviated. There will be no deviation. Why? Because falling perpendicular. At this point, you draw the normal. This you can name P, Q, R. At the point R, you draw the normal. When you will draw the normal, you can see here, this is 60 degree, this angle is 90, so what will be this angle? 30 degree. This is 30, so this angle will be equal to 60 degree. So at the point R, total internal reflection will take place at the, here angle of incidence is greater than critical angle. It's clear? Then this ray will get reflected. It will suffer total internal reflection. Here this you can name as S. What will be this angle? This will be 60 degree. From laws of reflection it will be 60 degree. This is 60 degree, so what will be this angle? This is 30 degree. 30 degree, 30 degree, 60, so this angle will be equal to 120 degree. Now you draw the normal. When you will draw the normal, you can see here this angle is how much? 90. So this angle will be 30 degree. This will be 30. Why it will be 30? You can see here. This whole angle is, this ray is making what angle? Angle ASR is. Angle ASR is 120 degree. Out of that you remove this 90 degree. So this will be 30. So what will happen? Now angle of incidence is less than critical angle. Therefore it will simply refract. There will be no total internal reflection. It will go this way. It will bend away from the normal because going from denser to rarer medium. It's clear? So this is the one case. Now if here total internal reflection is taking place on the surface AC, but if it is like this, if the ray is falling perpendicularly to the AB, then what will happen? Then you will find that there will be no total internal reflection. There will be no total internal reflection. If ray is falling perpendicularly to the AB, you can see here, falling, this angle is 60 degree, you can see, this is equals to 30 degree. Ray is falling perpendicularly to the AB. Falling perpendicularly to the AB, so what will happen? It will pass undeviated. Undeviated means it will go this way. You have to make the arrows. Arrows are very important. Now at the point R, you draw the normal. Draw the normal at the point R. This is the normal. You can see here, this is 90 degree, this is 30, so this angle will be equal to 60 degree. This angle is 90 degree. This is 90, so what will be this angle? This angle will be equal to 30 degree. It's clear? Because this whole angle is 90. It's clear? Out of this 60 subtract, so this will be 30 degree. So it is less than critical angle, so it will get refract. Getting refracting, therefore it will go undeviated this way. It's clear? This. Now, third case, when the ray of light is falling perpendicularly to the surface AC, that I am leaving for you. You try to make that. That's clear? Now, there are some consequences of total internal reflection. So that is mirage is one most important consequence of total internal reflection, in which there will be the false appearance of presence of water at some distance. When you are standing, your eyes level are at some height. Suppose if you are going in the summer season, you are going to somewhere by the bus and you are sitting in the bus near the driver, so that you can get whole field of view of the road. So you will find that at some distance from you the road is shiny. It gives the appearance of being water at that point. And why it is so? Because from there rays at that distance, the rays which are coming from that distance in your eyes, they are suffering total internal reflection. Means the rays which are coming from that point on your eyes are suffering total internal reflection. So that surface appears shiny and it gives the false appearance of being water at that point. This is known as the mirage. It's clear? Now, what are the advantages of total internal reflection over the simple reflection? In total internal reflection, the image which is obtained is much brighter as compared to the image which is obtained after normal reflection. But total internal reflection can take place only when ray of light is going from where to where? Denser to rarer medium, and angle of incidence should be greater than critical angle. While in case of normal reflection through the mirror, there is no such restriction. There is no such restriction. It can reflect at any angle. So these are something. So now after this, we will do the next chapter. Thank you.